Good morning, my dear friend Johnny. Do you see what I did there? Do you
You're
know who we're
so
going to
clever,
react to?
and that's why you're my bestie. Just always on it.
We were hit with so many requests for Dimash. Apparently, just performed
I
something
thought you were
on.
gonna say we were hit with so many copyright strikes. I'm like, of course.
Well,
What now?
ironically, that you should bring that up is that Dimash had recorded this in some Chinese TV show. The name of it is Hymne L'amour, and he posted on his page on YouTube, and the TV show copyright blocked it off his own page. So if Dimash isn't allowed
Nobody's
to
safe.
share his,
Nobody is safe.
we figured, you know what? We should react to this. I think we have a good shot of it being seen. No, apparently there were a bunch of reactors that reacted to this, and they're all getting blocked left and right and everything else. So, knowing that, we're going to do this with the transparency on immediately because the others didn't. Worst case scenario, we will share this on Patreon, but I think this will work.
Yes. We're gonna play it in the other room. Richard's gonna
I'll tell you what's happening
videotape
as
it.
it goes.
Send me a copy of the tape. I'm gonna watch it later. in a boarded up room.
Yes, and only one of you are allowed
safe.
to watch it at a time. So we need to form a queue.
Yes, that will be safe.
Oh my goodness.
Yes. Before we get going, though, if you haven't already, please hit like and subscribe. Ring that bell so you always know what's going on in our Throga world.
Yes, and please be sure, excuse me, to click on the link below where you can, in the description, where you can purchase a coffee, help support our page.
Are you verklempt? It's starting already, everybody. It's the precursor to
Just poorly swallowed
the
coffee.
full cry.
Anyway, there's a link there. We appreciate your support. And you can become a Thronely member as well, and check out all of our exclusive reactions.
Yes.
So why is my shirt's like on all weird? There.
That's better.
Thank you. We can.
I totally noticed. Yeah.
We can move on now. All right. So everybody's saying this is absolutely stunning.
What do you
I don't know how. I know.
expect any less than that? Yeah.
I like after the first time we reacted to SOS, people are like, "That's nothing." You're like, what? How was that
Nothing.
It was significant, but it was amazing to see that things kept escalating.
Yes,
So-
you can see where they're coming from. Maybe a slight exaggeration in the terminology. But yes.
Anyway,
He constantly continues to evolve and impress.
it is my understanding that this is in fact something. So let's check it out.
Okay, let's do it.
Keep those biceps flexed, Johnny. Need to make sure it doesn't get copywritten.
Oh.
Le ciel bleu sur nous peut s'y fondre et
That's
la
him.
terre peut bien s'écrouler.
I know he can sing low. I've never quite.
N'importe si tu m'aimes, j'aime-vous du monde entier. Tant que l'amour
Oh,
Wow.
inonde
Listen to that tonal shift.
à mon corps frémit à sous ta main, même peur de problème, mon amour, puisque tu m'aimes.
Stunning. Wow. Okay. It's been a minute and 20 seconds. And how much ground has he covered? Tonally, range-wise,
just the grace notes that he
stylistic.
has. Yeah, the crescendos, the stylist, these like
Dynamics.
yes, that. All of it.
I mean,
all of it.
talk about wasting no time. And coming into that, I mean, that tone, and like I was saying,
Oh.
we know he can sing low. He can sing low, he can sing high, he can sing Sweet Chariots. Swing low, swing chariot. I don't know. Whatever.
Continue.
I don't know how I connected
Sing
that in my
Sweet
brain.
Chariots.
But just, I mean, that range, but it was just the, it almost sounded like the video was slowed down because it was just,
Right?
the tone was so much more broad. It's, I mean, we talk about his sort of natural vocal range is probably a baritone, which is shocking as we've talked about because he sings so high. And
Right.
it's even more impressive because I think his natural home bass is more of a baritone range. But this sounded like he was an actual like bass voice. It's like it's just the way he manipulated the tone.
There's, first of all, that was exactly the way he sounded. So well done. And typically, it's about all I can do too. Typically, when he's down there, a lot of times we hear him in more of like a vocal fry texture. So with those low notes, they're kind of implied, more conversational. This is sung. There's projection. There's this richer overtone taking place. in that
Yeah,
lower
it's just the
range.
resonance was more bass oriented as well.
Yes.
When he sings that low, it usually sounds like a baritone voice, which is still impressive.
And then he goes up the octave and he has just these sweeping decrescendo moments where it's just like, meaning the air pressure's getting less, he's getting quieter, he's staying connected. You think he's going to stop and take a breath, and then he just continues. Like, he just keeps falling forward in the most elegant way. Just, it'd be such an insane piece to try to sing. Oh my God.
Yeah, I mean, this could be on the list of gateway Dimash songs.
Yes.
Songs to introduce your people who have never heard him to hear him for the
Yes.
first time and get him hooked. Not that it takes much, but I mean, if you want to usually give a song that shows all the stops, and this one so far, it's got everything you could want. Yeah.
All right, well, let's keep going here.
Mm-hmm.
J'irai jusqu'au bout du monde, je me verrai d'être à blonde. Si tu me le demandes, j'irai décrocher la lune, j'irai voler la fortune. Si tu me le demandes.
Champinelle ma patrie, Champinelle mes amis, si tu me demandes, oh, que bien
Well, yeah, it's like it just got more of this.
So that's the
Sorry,
bel
I talked
canto.
over it.
Yeah, it's okay. It's the bel canto. I'll back it up. The bel canto technique where there's more space in the back of the throat, the resonating chamber. That it gets to this more of like, I'm trying. I can't.
You know. But when I do it, it still has like a higher timbre to it. He's like,
Yes, but when same for me, when we do it, it gives it almost like a cartoonish flavor. Like he has this. It sounds like it's supposed to sit there in his instrument.
Yeah.
So he's cultivating more space in the back of the throat. And that kind of reshapes the sound, but it allows the lower frequencies that require more space, because lower notes have a greater distance between the amplitude of a sound wave, of the air pressure that's being pushed in the molecules of air, basically. And so you need more resonant space for that to exist. That's why a cello is so big and a violin is small. You need, the chamber has to match the frequency. So he's able to, I mean, he's a fairly tall guy like yourself, and it's no surprise he has access to that, but we just haven't heard him use it very much at all. I feel like in the past it's been a line or a moment, where this just swims beautifully in this lake of Dimash resonating chamberisms. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm going to back it up and hear it again.
I was wondering where you're going to go with that one. Yeah.
Yeah, I was hoping you were going to bail me out. You just left. You just let Richard just continue to add words until it falls off. It does sound slowed down.
It does. Wow. It's like a completely different singer.
Back it up! Back it up!
Okay. That was slick.
We had to say goodbye, and our love were to fade away.
Interested in all the movies they're referencing here.
In my heart, you will remain dear, and I will sink into love.
I love Up. Oh my God. Just that is a classic Dimash performance. That has everything and more.
I remember seeing thumbnails early on with when SOS was being reacted to. You know, very commonly they would say, "Is this the greatest singer that ever lived?" He has to be part of the conversation.
He makes a great case, yeah.
Like
ultimately, that's subjective, you know. It's a very subjective thing, but
it is. It's art. Not everybody's gonna like.
Yes.
Not everybody's gonna like, you know, his style per se or his tone, and I could say that about any singer on the planet.
Yeah.
Not everybody's going to like that style or that genre or just the tone itself. Like it resonates with more than others, and sometimes it repels you. Right? That I get on an artistic level. It is completely subjective. In terms of breath control, range, dexterity between the registers, the dynamics, as you mentioned earlier, the ability to manipulate tones based on the melody and the lyrical setting that it's in and everything else. Just measuring skill. He has to be a part of the conversation. Hands down.
It's like having multiple best friends, and then when you refer to like one individually, you're like, "Oh, this is my best friend, Richard." You know, but you might have a couple more. I'm sorry to break this to you. There might be a couple more, but in this context,
this is news to me. I have never heard him say this before. I know at his upcoming wedding, I'm not the best man because his brother is, but this hurts. Anyway.
Well, listen,
continue.
I mean, there's you, there's Todd, there's Sam, there's my mother. Boy's best friend is his mother.
Of course.
No, he's got to be in that. You know, let's just say it's not a blasphemous thing to say that he is the best in the world, if that is your opinion, because he is. I mean, he's in that upper echelon of 0.1 0.01%, I don't know, whatever you want to, a little sliver of population of the world. Yes, which is a good, that's pretty good.
It is. Well, part of the argument I would have with this too is you could take any segment of this song where he was just in the low range, just in the middle, just on the insanely high, and each section of his range, if you were just to categorize it in octave here, octave here, octave here, and you have to have this discussion 4 times over, because I'm pretty sure he covered about 4 octaves there, that his control, his formant control, the shape of the vowel shape itself, with volume changes in tonal intention are all intact. And that's what qualifies someone as being a skilled singer. And of course, vocal coaches, whoever can argue, how do you measure skill, et cetera, et cetera. And I will say, well, you can with the 7 dimensions of singing. In fact, you can.
Right.
And also using spectrometers, things like that, where you could see the consistency of tone being used. And anyway, it is measurable in many, many ways, from many, many different perspectives. And he's able to do that not in just a range of notes. Many singers can. Many of great singers can do that in an octave and a half or 2 octaves even, say. But the fact that he could double that and do it 2 octaves and these 2 octaves is why he's part of that conversation of who is the most skilled.
Mm-hmm. While simultaneously giving such an emotional performance and making the listener feel completely and forgetting about all the technical stuff, even though we didn't. I mean,
it hits you.
Yeah, I know. And everybody does. I guess that's sort of a false statement. But
it's a wow factor, sure.
But it's, you can't help but be wowed by that stuff. But also, it just sings with such passion, such heart, so connected. And continuing to, as going back to what we were saying with, people saying, oh, SOS, that was just the beginning or whatever. He continues to explore
and just evolve
different things. And we discover something different with him every single time we hear him, and which has been about 200 times or something now. I don't know what it is.
Right.
And the fact that we keep hearing new things, it just speaks volumes of what he does. Like that low thing. We've never heard that tone with him, and we've heard bigger range too, but the way that he manipulated the tone, it gave the illusion that there was a broader range, and it's just he can do so many things.
And it's so important. I need to comment on your connecting it to the emotional part of it. That is absolutely the other side of it. So there's just skill, and then there's the emotional influence. Again, it's subjective on whether you like that emotional influence, because that's part of the art, right? Mm-hmm. Where he put his vibrato, where he put a cry, where he made it breathy. But that's what gives it the feeling of it being intentional and connected to what the song is about. And that is something he can allow to interweave into the performance without losing the skilled aspects of his voice. And that's what makes him so great. Hands down.
So special. Yeah.
All right. Well,
another great one.
Yes.
That was stunning.
We hope you see this. We've enjoyed it. And until next time.
Yo.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, guys. See ya.